Everybody, I got the rosters to load. Isn't that great? Everything in my PC crashed, or my Mac crashed because I was using multiple displays, and I tried to X out a thing that was using a lot of CPU. Turns out it was the thing that was stopping my computer from overheating, and it restarted my computer twice, which isn't ideal, but I got it to work, and now we can see what players are playing, especially on Virginia's roster, which I don't know well. Pause the game. I think we missed one play. Maryland was flagged for holding while I was gone, because of course they were. So it's 1st and 20 at midfield. Let's get started right now. So it's 1st and 20. Edwards in the empty set in the shotgun. He drops back under pressure, lasers a pass, and that is caught by Prather, who goes into the end zone, and we are not done yet. That is a great way to start this episode. If you missed part 1, which you probably did, Maryland went off to an embarrassing start. Their offense was completely stuck in the mud. Virginia went on a long drive to kick a field goal, and then they had a long 79-yard touchdown to Micah, what's his name? Malachi Fields. Now I know their names because I can see the roster. But there's Caden Prather on a deep ball around 50 yards. Billy Edwards with a great throw on 1st and 20 to make it 14-6. I fixed my microphone issue last episode. Everything was looking great. And then Virginia got picked, and they landed on Maryland. It is what it is. I'm really hoping the Terps can come back and at least make this an exciting game. Kick is up and good. Also, I'm recording this at like 9:12 p.m. on September 10th. Something else very significant is happening right now that I am choosing not to watch live, at least, because I don't need that in my life. Anyway, it's 14-7. Returner goes to the 15 to 20, and he's taken down the 21-yard line. So here comes Anthony Calandria, the quarterback for Virginia, who I now know the name of. Calandria hands off the ball to Kobe Pace, and he's taken down for a 7-yard gain. Maryland's run defense has got to be better here if they want a chance of surviving. I mean, they're already down 14-7, and they need to make at least one stop to get back to tying this game, and they got to keep stopping them throughout the game. Sounds self-explanatory, but Maryland makes it very, very hard to do. Calandria on the shotgun on 2nd and 3. Hands off to Pace again. No reason to stop. And he flies outside the 35. I mean, he's just waiting. He's letting his blockers set up. They're holding their plays. It's all working. Virginia marching right now. So it's 1st and 10. Calandria steps up. They're going to bring the line up. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and Kobe Pace in the backfield. They hand it to Pace again. And Pace is going to fly right through the hole and pick up 3. I mean, it's a good job shutting that down and only making it a 3-yard game, because that could have been a lot worse. So the ball's in the 40. Virginia moving pretty quickly now. This capture card really has a lot of heat when it's simulating data. That's kind of crazy. Calandria in the shotgun hands it off to Pace. Pace is going to go outside, and Pace is going to go to the 50, to the 45. I mean, they're running the exact same concept, just runs to the left every single play, because they have an advantage, and we can't figure out ways of stopping it. The defense is getting visibly and physically frustrated on the field, and they should be. 1st and 10, they're past midfield to the 44. Maryland has to make a stop here, or else Virginia will be in field goal range. They're going in the T. They're not passing the ball. Maryland should not be covering these receivers, because it's another run to the fullback, and he's taken down for only a gain of 1. That is somebody. They have to add the numbers, so I don't know who that is. Number 19 for the Terps. All right. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's Donnell Brown from Maryland. Sorry. Calandria throws to the left. They finally throw the ball, and it makes it 3rd and 5. That is a catch for Chris Tyree, a graduate transfer receiver. I'm not going to pull up their college histories. I don't need any more lags and glitches on this. Maybe I can try one. Oh, he's from Notre Dame. Transfer from Notre Dame. Good player. 3rd and 5. Calandria in the shotgun. It's not a run to Pace. It should have been a run to Pace. He waits. He throws. It's wide open and caught by Sage Ennis, a graduate transfer from Clemson. They're bringing in some high-level transfers. Tom Herman, this might be his first year coaching the team. He's a high-class guy. I believe he coached Houston for a while. Made them a good team. 1st and 10. It is a handoff to number 16. That's somebody. Don't quite know who number 16 is. Tyler Neville, I think, a graduate transfer tight end. Getting a handoff. They're trying to go overly physical, and Maryland does have some size and muscle in the defensive line if they can get off their blocks. Calandria on the shotgun on 2nd and 11. It's Pace finally reversing it back. Number 4 is taken down in the backfield. Donnell Brown with the biggest defensive play of the day for the Terps. You love to see it. Back to the 33, making that field goal a little bit tougher. They just got to make a stop on 3rd down. I mean, they keep faking like they're giving the ball to Pace, which is empirically the right thing to do for Virginia, and they keep not doing it. Like, I would just run it to the left with Pace. They haven't stopped it at all today. Calandria throws, long, caught. It will not be a 1st down, but it'll make the field goal almost unmissable. So this is going to be 17-7. And Maryland's going to get the ball back with all 3 timeouts and about 2 minutes to work with. Snap, hold, kick is good, and it's 17-7. Will Bettridge making the kick for Virginia. Now, the pressure is on my hometown Maryland Terps. How will they respond? There's a chance I didn't bring my Maryland scarf with me, which is not ideal. I thought I'd brought at least one, but maybe not. That's when we run to the left, and he's taken down. So here comes Billy Edwards Jr. Maybe I can find that scarf after the 1st half. We'll see. Edwards throws to the left. He's got an open man. That's going to be caught for a huge gain. Wisławski, 40. 45 and out of bounds. Great play by Braden Wisławski. There we go. No. That's fine. It's fine. Maryland sprinting up in the no huddle. Minute 47 to go. They didn't call timeout. Now the clock runs because he got out of bounds. It's another broken tackle, and Caden Prather just advancing forward and picking up 7 on the play. Clock is going to run a little bit here, so Maryland has to move fast. Another 10 seconds are going to go off the clock before they even get to the line. It's a high-risk play call to not throw something that goes out of bounds, but the CPU doesn't know about its own 15-second glitch. Edwards in the empty set. Going to get a quick audible here. 1:16 to go. Is he looking deep? Yes, he is. He throws, and that is caught for a touchdown. Ty Felton. We're beating the cornerbacks over the top, and it's working to perfection. Ty Felton and Caden Prather with back-to-back deep ball touchdowns. Turns out running the clock didn't matter at all. They should have done it more. And now the Terps are 1 extra point away from being down by 3. This is the kind of fight we want to see. Wow. He just beat him. Flat out beat the corner from Virginia. That is Kendron Smith, a graduate transfer corner from Penn. Wow. Penn to Virginia. That's a pretty good transfer right there. So here's the kicker. This is Jack Howes sending it through, and it's 17-14. At this point, now that we're getting all these deep ball touchdowns, I don't want to get the scarf because that changes the vibe. You can't change the outfit once the team is doing well. So now I'm stuck in this, in my outfit from work, broadcasting my favorite team making an epic comeback in Imperialism. It is what it is. Here comes a kickoff return. That's only going to get to the 17-yard line. And honestly, If I was Maryland, we got to stop here on first down. I try and call some timeouts and see if we can get the ball back again. Calandria steps back. Hit as he throws, and that is caught by number 4. It's Chris Tyree. That was almost an interception. That would have been great. That would have been ideal. But it doesn't work out that way. Oh my God. The ball was rotating sideways and still had enough velocity to get like 15 yards downfield. I don't fully understand that, but it's fine. Calandria drops back, throws deep again, and it's caught. Timeout, Virginia. And now they're on the cusp of field goal range. God. I mean, if it's a shootout, it's a shootout. You know, you don't want to spot them 14 points at the start of the game, but what can you do? Calandria looking short. That's going to be caught. 6-yard gain to Sage Ennis. I believe he transferred in from Clemson. It's 2nd and 4. They're going to let some time run off the clock here. It's going to come down to like 30 seconds, and that just means that we're going to go to the end of the first half, and Maryland will get it back. So maybe we can stop them without getting a field goal. That'd be fantastic. Calandria, another deep throw. That one's caught. Wide open. Timeout. They're in field goal range. All right. So ideally, we hold them to 3 here and then score another touchdown. And then it's just up to our defense to stop them in the normal rate of play. Calandria. Sacked! He is sacked by number 7. That is Tommy Akingbasote with the biggest play of the first half for Maryland's defense, forcing them back to the 12. And I don't know. Did they call a timeout? Did we call a timeout? I'm not sure what happened, but that's a huge sack from Akingbasote. I mean, they might have... No, they used 2 timeouts, so... And now they use their final timeout. They are on the cusp of field goal range. It's going to be about a 53, 54-yard kick here, and they were forced to use that time to go off the clock because of the 15-second glitch. So here's the kick from Will Bettridge. From 54 yards out, the kick is... good. He buries it from 54, and Virginia will take a 6-point lead into the second half. I think that's just enough time for me to try and find this scarf. I can't find the scarf. I can't find the scarf. I was forced to improvise. All right, we've got a shirt. We've got a Terp shirt on. I will represent. I will show Maryland pride to the death. And hopefully, we can turn this around and stay alive in Imperialism and not get landed on for a few months, I would hope. Roman Hemby is taken down for a 3-yard loss and first down. You hate to see it. So Billy Edwards, he has brought the Terps back with his arm. He will have to win the game with his arm because the run game is not working too well. Second and 13. Edwards throws short. That's Wisłowski getting a huge gain on second down to make it 3rd and 3. Let's go. I mean, I've been an impartial observer for all the games where I have been impartial. This is my series. This is my Imperialism. And I will be a homer when I have the right to be. It's 3rd and 3. Biggest play of the game for Maryland so far. Billy Edwards takes the snap. Got a quarterback power. fakes the... He does get the toss off. A miracle. 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15. What a play. The pitch glitch was about to be the death of Maryland, but he's just able to force it out of his hand at the last second. It got stuck. I think it might have been like knocked out of his hands, literally. He held it out, it got stuck, and then Roman Hemby just took it the rest of the way. You can't fault Virginia. That's the right thing to do. Just try and tackle the guy because the ball can't leave his hands. But they knocked the super glue off of it. And it went right into Roman Hemby's arms. 1st and 10 for the 16. Maryland getting absurdly lucky. Can they make a red zone play here? They hand it off. No, it's a read option to Edwards to the 10. Edwards to the 5. Edwards to the end zone. He's down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal. Maryland, this has to be a quarterback sneak. I am so excited right now. They're coming out in the shotgun on 1st and goal from the 1. I don't like this idea. Hemby takes it, walks into the end zone, touchdown, Maryland. And he's doing the gritty on him. You love to see it. I mean, I'm just happy. We were down 14. My computer wasn't working. I got the rosters to load. I mean, my face. I haven't looked back at the end of part 1 to see what I looked like I was going through this tech support BS. But I'm sure that I looked totally dumbfounded because I just looked up and everything just cut. And I really want to see what my face looks like in that moment. All right, here's Jack Howes with the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is good. 5 plays, 79 yards. And Braden Wisłowski is probably the underrated MVP of this game so far. A huge catch on the 2nd touchdown drive, and then another big catch to make it 3rd and 3 and allow the pitch glitch to go totally in the reverse effect for Maryland. Here comes a kick return for Virginia, and he is taken down at the 20-yard line. So here comes Anthony Calandria, the sophomore quarterback for Virginia. In the empty set, trips left. A little bit of a jump there. They finally give the ball back to Kobe Pace, and Kobe Pace is only able to pick up 2 yards. I mean, the zone concept works so well, at least on varsity difficulty. I would imagine that if you're playing a defense that isn't very good, like Maryland's, you could get a pretty good run on that, but I don't know. And they have been. Every time they've run that zone play, it's worked. But they keep forcing themselves to not get the ball back to Pace. That's going to be an interception. It's picked off 30, 25, 20, all the way down to the 15-yard line. Oh my God, that's number 13. I know his name. I know his name because I've watched him play. I just can't think of it. I think it's Glendon Miller. Glendon Miller. Let me see if I'm right there. Are they going to show us the replay? Oh, look at all those beautiful red and yellow shirts like this one. Glendon Miller just comes back to the ball and jumps the route and intercepts the pass. And the Terps are in business against Virginia. You'll love to see it. There goes the handoff to Hemby. Hemby's going to fall forward to the 11-yard line at 2nd and 6. This is a massive opportunity for the Terps. Okay, 11 yards away from a 4th consecutive touchdown. I mean, I wanted them to succeed. I wanted Maryland to survive long into this video, and they just might. Edwards drops back, throws. It's going to be caught. Felton, can he get in? No, but it's 1st and goal from the 1. Crucially, they did get a first down there. So now they're going to be at the 1-yard line again. Do they give it to Hemby? Do they run the quarterback sneak that I know would work? Or do they try something stupider? They're going to come in from the pistol with Hemby back there. Linebackers are faced pretty far back. They can't really impact the play. And Hemby is stopped short. A great play by Virginia's defensive line. I'm not sure who made that play, but it was a really physical stop just to get in there midair and shut him down. 2nd and goal. I mean, it took a while with the handoff. You would want to have that go a little faster next time. They're going to start in the shotgun this time. Virginia stacks the box. Edwards is going to throw on second down, throw to the corner of the end zone, touchdown Terps. Preston Howard runs the tight end out route, and Maryland stretches their lead inexplicably. I mean, look at that throw. I mean, he got both feet in. He didn't have to. All he had to do was get one in, but he does it for the vibes. And I've never seen this stadium this happy. I mean, the Michigan State game my freshman year was a pretty great audience. But honestly, it's pretty apt that we're kicking an extra point while I tell this story. The happiest I've ever seen Maryland Stadium was during a game against Northwestern that we lost. I think it was either my sophomore or junior year. And Northwestern's kicker lined up for an extra point. All the fans behind him were desperately cheering for him to kick it over the net so that it would land in the crowd. And he obliged, being a happy person, being a nice person. And Maryland's fans spent the next 15 minutes throwing that ball around the stadium stands, avoiding security and just playing catch with each other. And the greatest moment was when we started throwing it up the decks of the triple-decked left side of the stadium. And security kept trying to chase it down, but we kept trying to launch the ball up there, and people kept failing, and somebody finally just yeeted the ball up, and somebody in the very upper deck caught it, and it was a magical moment. And then security was able to track it down. But later on, as Northwestern stretched their lead out and it was clear Maryland was going to lose, we just cheered for the guy to kick it over again, and he did. And then we got the ball again and tossed it to the upper deck again. And I remember not paying attention to the game at all. No one was watching the field. You could hear the cheers from the TV broadcast. It was stellar. Just troll job by the Maryland fans. It was so great. 4th and 3 here. Maryland with a fantastic 3 and out. In proper Maryland fashion, I have not been paying attention to the game that's actually happening. But here comes the punt. This is Daniel Sparks punting it away for Virginia. He's going to send it to the left, and that's going to be fair caught by Ty Felton. Weird animation there because the player almost immediately drops it before they actually have physical control. Edwards in the pistol hands it off to Hemby, and Hemby is dropped for a 1-yard loss. Main guy there was Chico Bennett Jr., the graduate transfer from Georgia Tech. Going to be very curious to see Georgia Tech in this Imperialism since they run the triple option and would be affected by the pitch glitch, which Maryland used to their advantage here. So maybe it's both a good and bad thing. Edwards in the shotgun on 2nd and 11. Launches a quick pass that is caught for a first down to Caden Prather. He is a monster. I mean, just such a great guy. Reminds me of this player on my high school team, Kareem Montgomery, who could just stretch out, lay out, and make the tough catches and be a workman's wide receiver. He was so good. And that's the vibes that Caden Prather's giving me. Edwards in the shotgun. He hands it off to Hemby. Hemby's going to roll to the right and pick up 3 yards. Not great, but not bad either. So here's 2nd and 7. Edwards in the shotgun. He drops back. He throws just before he's hit. And Roman Hemby holds on to the football. What an incredible catch. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. I mean, it's a bullet from Edwards, and Hemby just holds on through the hit. From the Virginia player, I'm not quite getting the name or the number right now. But it's 1st and 10. Edwards hands off to Hemby again. Hemby has a whole 30. And he's taken down for a 5-yard gain on first down. You'll love to see it. That is the end of a stellar third quarter where Maryland outscored Virginia 14-0. I am beyond overjoyed as they are marching again, already in field goal range, and with a great opportunity to extend this lead even further and possibly sending it to Super Sim. God, this is such great news. So much better than the other thing that's happening at this exact moment. It's a hand off to Hemby. Hemby gets a little bit of a hole and makes it 3rd and 1. Love to see it. Yes, give me more glory shots of Testudo. We love it. He's the most important figure here. 3rd and 1. Once again, they come out in the shotgun. They have an extra tight end there for blocking. It goes to Hemby, and it's a read option to Edwards. He's going to keep it for the first down, 20. And he's taken down. It's a great open field tackle by Antonio Clary, the strong safety for the Cavaliers. But Billy Edwards, just a large man. He's been waiting for this moment. He transferred here from some school that I'm totally blanking on right now for moments like this against Virginia in a video game. Edwards drops back. He's got Hemby swinging out, but he passes it. And that's going to be to Dylan Wade, a rarely used sophomore tight end, but he's got some speed, he's got some power, and he makes a 7-yard gain right there. 2nd and 3. Maryland running out the time a little bit. They can't go into chew clock. The computer's not that smart. But they can stretch this potentially to a 15-point lead. We would love to see it. Edwards hands off Hemby to the 10, to the 5, and that's a big-time hit. He's lucky he didn't fumble the ball, but it's 1st and goal from the 3. Maryland can salt this game away. Please get it done. Get it done, and then do not show up for a while. I mean, I've been loving this. Now that we're up, this is a really fun time calling this game, but it's stressful. It's very, very stressful. Edwards drops back, hands it off. No, he tosses RPO to Wisloski, and he holds on. It's a massive hit by the defender who was looking to shut down that screenplay. They had the blocker out there. All you had to do was just block away, and Wisloski could step into the end zone. But the defender just said, screw it, and ran through both of them, and it worked. 2nd and goal from the 1. Edwards with Hemby next to him. They've got 3 wide receivers out there. He takes a snap. They're throwing it again. Edwards waits, throws. Oh, my God. Billy Edwards pulls a Russell Wilson and throws a goal line interception. I'm a little dumbfounded there. That's not what you want to see. It's 1st and 10. Ben Smiley, the 3rd. I mean, he was just standing right. He was a quarterback spy. Wasn't even hidden. He was staring right at the quarterback the entire time. That's really. They run out to Kobe Pace, and he lost the ball. He lost the ball, and it's picked up, and it's 1st and goal once again. Oh my God. Fuller recovers the fumble for Maryland. I'm not finding his actual name. Daniel Wingate is the guy who forced the fumble. Just with a big time hit. They're not going to get to review this. I'm not going to show the replay. Oh my God. Quayshawn Fuller is the guy. He's injured. Edwards, for some reason they're passing it again, and he's just going to run it in. Touchdown, Maryland, and that should wrap this game up. Virginia with 2 turnovers, a couple of punts after taking a 17-7 lead. They have fully thrown this game away and just squandered their one opportunity to get a win in Imperialism because the superior team showed up and fought hard to take this game today, and that was the Maryland Terrapins. Yes, we're in the Big Ten. Yes, the 4 best teams from the Pac-12 just joined us. Yes, we are outgunned at every corner. But we will not go gently into that good night. We will hold our own in this Imperialism, and we will try to survive till the very, very end. Jack Howes sends the kick through. It's 35-20, and if Virginia does not score here, I mean, I could technically go into Super Sim now, so there's only 4:40 left, but I'm not going to screw things up like that. I'm not going to change around which CPU is running this because of how close this game is. We're going to give Virginia one more opportunity for fairness, and then we'll go to Super Sim. Here comes the kickoff, 5-10, and he's taken down at the 12. Great kick coverage there, and here comes Anthony Calandria suddenly with an impossible task in front of him. He drops back, waits, throws. That's going to be caught. A huge gain on 1st down to Kobe Pace, who's been their best offensive player, bar none. We have not found a way to stop him. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Virginia is showing signs of life, but they need a lot of things to go their way in order to stay in this ballgame. Calandria hands it off to Pace, and Pace flies up the middle and picks up 7 yards. I mean, the blocking is just great. His ball carrier vision is fantastic. He's got great speed. They should have been handing him the ball every single time, like a classic, like Derrick Henry style high school playbook, where you know the other team can't stop your player and you just keep giving it to him. 2nd and 3. Another run to Pace. They're finally listening to me, and this time he does get across. Number 44, Caleb Wheatland, is there to make the tackle, but Pace uses his strength to fall forward and get the first down. I mean, they should have been listening to me before. I wouldn't have been happy if they had been listening to me, but they should have been listening. Calandria in the shotgun with Pace next to him. 4 wide receivers out there. They're starting to go no huddle because they're worried about time. Calandria throws to the right, and that is caught. Big time hit by one of Maryland's corners there, and it picks up 6 more yards. They're going to have to move quickly again here, but they should hold on to their timeouts because they need to not be forced into an onside kick here. They have to try and get the ball back through normal means. Tyree runs onside at the last second. Calandria throws deep, and that is caught. Big time hit by Jalen Husky. And it's a first down to the 43, but that takes another 15 seconds off the clock. We're getting closer and closer to that 2-minute warning. They got to try and go for a quick touchdown here to have a decent chance of getting the ball back without onside kicking it. Andre Green's already lined up. Everyone else catches up to him. Calandria in the shotgun, Pace next to him. Calandria drops back, waiting, launching. It's a short play to Pace, and that's exactly what we wanted because I think that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Phillips getting into it. I don't think taunting or unsportsmanlike conduct exists in this game, even though they have animations for it. So now, 2 minutes to go. It looks like Maryland can hold on to this win. They just need 1 first down on offense. It doesn't even matter what Virginia does in this drive offensively. Just run out the clock. Here we go. Calandria backs up, forced to throw a quick screen. It bounces off the helmet of an offensive lineman and falls harmlessly to the turf. I'm so happy. 3rd and 4. 2 plays to stay alive for the Cavaliers. Calandria on the shotgun. Takes the snap. Under pressure. Throws to the left, and that is caught for a first down. That is Malachi Fields finally making another catch after his long touchdown catch in what seems like a totally different universe and what was a different video. 1st and 10. 1:48 to go. Everybody sprints up. Calandria on the shotgun. He takes the snap. Waiting. Throwing deep. That is going to be dropped. 2nd and 10. I mean, I'm getting very close to breathing like the legitimate sigh of relief that I've been wanting to breathe since we were down 14 earlier in this game, and my computer restarted, and I was unsure if this series could continue. Calandria on 2nd and 10, under pressure, and he is sacked for a 10-yard loss, and that's going to force a bunch more time to come off the clock. That's Donnell Brown making another huge play defensively. I don't know who's going to be the impact defensive player that I put down in the stats, because there have been a lot of superstars from Maryland in this comeback. 3rd and 20. Calandria calling players out. Everybody's sprinting back in. They just got to go for a gun pass to the end zone. That's exactly what Calandria is looking for. Does he have his man? He does. And he gets out of bounds, stopping the clock at 1:05. That's Andre Green Jr., the junior transfer from UNC, making a huge catch to just barely keep this game alive. But Virginia's going to have to onside kick it here if they score. 1st and 10. Calandria. Everybody coming up the middle. He's under pressure immediately. Throws. And that's going to be caught for a touchdown. So Darian Harrison makes the catch. The sophomore receiver. Getting into the end zone with just exactly a minute to play. And they're going to go for the extra point because if they go for 2 here, that'd be foolish. It would make the rest of this game irrelevant. But I've been known to underestimate the computer's intelligence before. Or overestimate the computer's intelligence before. Big Ten flags aren't up at the top of the stadium. That's a little bit of a glitch. You would hope they would fix that. Extra point. Very, very important extra point for Will Bettridge. Snap, hold, kick is good. 12 plays, 88 yards. It took up half of the fourth quarter. Maryland did allow a touchdown, but that's exactly what you want to see out of the defense. Just make them use as much clock as they possibly can, knowing that it all comes down to this onside kick. Here we go. It bounces into the air. It's a high bouncer, and it's going to be picked up by number 5. It's Octavian Smith Jr. Does he fumble the ball? He does not, and Maryland takes possession with 57 seconds to go. Virginia can still stop the clock 3 times and potentially get it back. It's a handoff to Hemby. 1 first down ends it, and he is dropped for a loss of 2. That is not the way you want to start. Oh, God. I mean, at least get in a field goal range. At least give me that much. Edwards in the shotgun. They might be passing here. They have an open spot in the middle. That's exactly where they go. No, it's a read option to Edwards. He breaks a tackle, and there's a flag down on the play. Personal foul. For what? Against Virginia, Kendron Smith. Unnecessary roughness. They call late hit, and that is going to do it. That is going to do it. They used 1 timeout. They can't stop the clock enough. Maryland going to hand it off to Hemby. Hemby is going to be taken down. That's another timeout for Virginia. A late hit out of bounds. I don't think he got the first down either, so that was a completely needless play from the corner. And it's gonna decide this game. Maryland, against the odds, down by 14, the largest comeback we've seen so far. Roman Hemby, does he have the exclamation point? Incredible spin move all the way up to the 3. Timeout, Virginia, and they can kneel the ball at the 3-yard line. The ultimate show of dominance. Choosing not to score a touchdown because you don't have to. Here comes the kneel. There it goes. And your Maryland Terrapins have survived to advance in season-long Imperialism. Jordan Phillips celebrates. He's been working so hard all offseason. Roman Hemby's there. Billy Edwards Jr. with an unbelievable comeback, showing that, yes, he can throw the ball. 195 passing yards. It looked like more. 4 total touchdowns for Billy Edwards. A really all-around great effort. 76.5 completion percentage. This was an emphatic comeback from my Maryland Terrapins. And I mean this with all the love of my heart. I hope I don't see them in this series for a very long time. I want to survive for a long time. But if they are landed on again, I have the belief that we can actually win the game. The final here, 35-27. Let's take a look at that map and expand the territory for your Maryland Terrapins. We've got the full map right here. We're going to zoom in, center it a little bit. Okay. Use the fill tool, pop over here. Grab that Maryland red, baby. Change that color, which is great. Delete that. Reselect the bottom portion of the map. Zoom in even more. Grab the brush tool. Grab that Maryland red that we love so dearly. Turn the softness down to 0%. Drop the size to like 14. And we're just gonna move this around. Clean it up. So there we go. Now let's make that M just a bit larger. Yes, we're large, but we are in charge. We have a whole bunch of territory, and we are not afraid. Maryland survives to see another day in college football season-long imperialism. I will see you tomorrow night.